The film starts while showing a forest. There were two tribes who lived. There was once a conflict between these two tribes. They turned become one another's worst enemies. One tribe was good and the other was bad. People from the good tribe are now murdering those from the bad tribe, in which many people of the bad tribe were killed. But their leader and his son survived, whose name was Wayapa. Now they have sought out the problem. And there was no war. One day, Wayapa comes to the other tribe, means to the good tribe people. Now the leader of that tribe, means the Sardar, asks him that where is your father? He says that he couldn't come. I'm here in the memory of our dead people. Those people have died many years before. There were only their bones and some skeletons were left. Wayapa comes here to see them. Tribe leader says to him that okay, I will take you there. You can see your people. You have the right. The leader of this tribe was nice. He doesn't kill anyone till there is a risk for his tribe. They all start walking. The leader of this tribe has a son of 15 years old. His name was Hongi. He was a good boy. He obeys his father. He doesn't feel good while seeing Wayapa. He was feeling negative, goes behind Wayapa. Finally, they reach there. Wayapa goes inside a cave. There were his dead people. He holds their skeletons and starts talking to them. Then he starts screaming and says that the people who killed you all, I will take revenge on them. He was also seeing all this while hiding. Now when Wayapa feels that Hongi is here, he doesn't show him that he knows. And he starts throwing the bones of his people here and there. Thing didn't understood good in their tribe, that the bones of the dead people are thrown and disrespect like this, and insult them. Now he blames Hongi for this. Even Hongi was forbidding him that he shouldn't do this. This was the plan of Wayapa. He wants to take revenge on him while doing this. He hid Hongi from there. Now Wayapa brings Sardar's son to him. This means he brings Hongi in front of that tribe leader. That your son had insulted our people. Even he wants to kill me. Then Sardar says that how can my son do this? Asks his son that Hongi, have you done this? Hongi says that no father, how can I do this? You didn't teach me to insult anyone ever. Putting blame on me to start the war between us. Then Wayapa says to Hongi that keep quiet. Your actions were not good. I will call my father. He will come here to begin the war. The leader of that tribe says that if my son had done this, I will take his life from my hands. Hongi says that okay father, does what you think is right. Our tribe is saved after my sacrifice, so I am ready to die. But this wasn't the purpose of Wayapa. That Hongi dies, but he wants to begin the war. He leaves this and goes from there, saying this, that the war will begin at any cost. I will come here with my tribe people. To some days, we see that Wayapa and his companions, they come to attack them at night. They start killing everyone. When Hongi sees, he also comes. But a man hits him with his leg and he falls into a ditch. He becomes injured badly. There Wayapa was killing everyone. Wayapa was so cruel that he also kills the leader of the tribe. This means Hongi's father. Even he was a good human. I told you that Wayapa and his tribe were bad. And that tribe was so cruel. He doesn't care about people's life. And he remembers the revenge. Now the next morning, Hongi comes into his senses. When he returns to his tribe, he sees that there was a lady and a girl were standing. She was weeping. That lady says to Hongi that are you seeing that Wayapa killed our tribe people? Hongi asks while being scared that where is my father? That lady tells him that they also killed his father. They also took his head with them. Hongi becomes aggressive while hearing this. He picks up his weapons and was about to leave from there, because he also wants to take revenge on Wayapa. On the other side, we see Wayapa and his companions. They were returning to their tribe. There was a shortcut on their way. Wayapa says that we will go from this shortcut. While going from this way, we can reach our tribe many days before. But one of the men says that this way is very dangerous. Here a wild man lived. Whoever will go near from his house, he eats that person. I am scared of him. Wayapa says to them that you have gone mad. I am not scared. That while being scared of a wild man, I choose a long path. They choose that shortcut way. It is obvious that Hongi wants to take revenge on him, so he starts following him. He was following him. He sees the visions of his grandmother. She was telling him that the one who is more powerful than us and cruel also, don't collapse your head with them. This means we shouldn't go in front of that person. The thing which is bad knows it that is bad, but avoid it. thinks that no doubt I am weak and I also lost my father, but I will fight with him. I will take revenge on my tribe from him. He hits an idea that why not I make that wild man my team. He moves forward and goes towards that wild man's house. He has there finally. Meanwhile, a girl comes there. She calls him that what are you doing here? Hongi says that I am here to search for the wild man. That girl says to him that hadn't you heard that he eats whom he sees? Then says that it doesn't matter. I want to meet him. Hongi ignores her and moves forward. Final house-like tent arrives, in which that wild man lives. He was cooking something on the fire which he was about to eat. Hon inside his house. When the wild man sees him, he says that you seemed small to me. What is your age? That I am of 15 years. Then that wild man says that you are too elder, and I don't eat the people who come as guests to my home. If you meet me outside and I was hungry, surely I would eat you. But still, you are not safe. Leave from here. Maybe I will be hungry soon and I will eat you. Says that no, I will not leave from here. I want to talk to you. Now Hongi thinks something from which that wild man will become aggressive. He tells him that there is a boy Waiapa. He attacked our tribe and had destroyed everything. Wants to pass from this way. Because he doesn't believe in your presence. That you live or exists in this forest. Then that wild man says that really he doesn't know me. He says that okay, let him come, I will tell him who am I. The next morning, that wild man leaves from there with Hongi. He goes to that place from where Waiapa has to cross. Then they see that there the friends of Waiapa come. They get separated from their group. That wild man fights with one of the friends for Waiapa and kills him. Another man was trying to attack Hongi. Then that wild man comes from behind and says him to kill him. But Hongi says to him that how? I didn't kill anyone till today. That wicked man tells him that you may murder him like this. And he kills that man. Wild man now cuts them up and eats them as he cooks them at night. After that, Hongi and that strange man begin to converse. Hongi learns combat techniques from the wild guy. He teaches him many fighting skills. The next morning, they move forward place where they will meet Waiapa. Finally, they see Waiapa and his companions. That wild man starts screaming. Then Waiapa sees towards him. He says to his companions to keep moving forward. When Hongi starts following Waiapa, that wild man stops him and says that are you mad? Stop. If they are not saying anything while seeing us, it means they are planning something going forward. They will spread some trap moving forward. That's why right now we don't have to follow them. Just have to see while hiding. Then they hide and start seeing them. The wild man was saying right. Waiapa was setting the trap. That wild man and Hongi go from the other way. They attack them from behind. Wild man comes in front. Waiapa and his companions were in front of him. Then they all start fighting. The companions of Waiapa who comes in front of that wild man was losing his life. A man also comes to Hongi to attack him. But now Hongi has also learned many skills. He attacked that man and kills him. Now Waiapa wasn't understanding that how to fight with this wild man. He sends his special man towards that wild man, also kills him. Now Waiapa has the last option. His companions together to that wild man. They together attack that man. The alone wild man couldn't bear the attack of those companions together. They were about to kill him while attacking him. Meanwhile, Hongi comes there. He encourages that wild man. So they start screaming at them. Seeing it, Waiapa and his companions get scared. Because he was looking horrible and wild. So they run from there. Then at night, Hongi takes that wild man with him. He heals his wounds. He takes care of him a lot. Morning, they again move towards their training. While walking, they see a castle in front of them. The wild man says that Waiapa and his companions will be there for spending the night. And it happens the same. Waiapa and his companions were sleeping there. Waiapa and his companions come outside. That wild man and Hongi were standing there already. They start attacking them. But they were at a distance, so they again go back to the castle. Its door. Waiapa also goes inside. That wild man goes in front of that door and says that are you scared of me? You people don't know me. Now, know me. The wild man was aggressive with him. because they were not coming outside and that wild man also can't go inside. A chance from it, he also makes Hongi aggressive. He takes out the head of Hongi's father from a sack. He had brought that head with him after cutting it. He spits on it. It was very insulting. Hongi becomes sad and as well as aggressive. He was about to attack them. But the wild man takes Hongi with him. Wild man says to him that it will not work. We have to do something. Now they start collecting some shrubs from there. And they set those shrubs on fire and throw them inside the castle. But on the other side, Waiappa also found many rockets from the castle. Advanced rockets. Waiappa was throwing bayonets from the castle to that wild man and Hongi. Wild man and Hongi hide behind a stone. Getting a chance from it, Waiappa and his companions run from there. Hongi and that wild man were also following them. While running, Hongi sees the head of his father was inside that castle. Hongi goes inside that castle while seeing this. But Waiappa was sitting there and it was his trick. Hongi goes inside. Waiappa shuts the door. Wild man was fighting with the others outside. Inside, when Waiappa was fighting with Hongi, Hongi was facing him. He was strong than before. The wild man wants to go inside after killing the people outside. The castle was closed. He breaks the place adjacent to the castle and comes inside. He kills the companion of Waiappa. He himself also gets injured. Now on the other side, Waiappa has come to the other side of the castle while taking Hongi with him. Waiappa starts torturing Hongi. He was hitting him and talking to him while dragging. The man was also behind him. When Waiappa comes to know that the wild man is following him, he turns with anger. Waiappa goes to him and cuts his neck there. Seeing this, Hongi becomes aggressive. That at first, Waiappa killed my father, now he killed this man who was like my father. He has taught me everything. Comes sad. Hongi comes into action. He has a lot of anger on Waiappa. He makes him fell down. He puts a sharp wood on his neck, out to kill him, but then Waiappa starts teasing him. Will your father return after killing me? Your thinking is wrong. You are still a kid. Remember a thing, if you will kill me, so tell this to my tribe. And then see what they will do with you. Says that he wants this from the beginning. Not to begin the war. And if the war will no stop even after killing you, so I will spare you. I want peace. Doesn't kill Waiappa and asks him to leave. And Waiappa also leaves from there. So doesn't harm Hongi. This is what Hongi wants, peace. It means none could harm each other. Promise from Waiappa that he will never attack them. So Waiappa leaves from there. After he leaves, Hongi comes to that wild man. He was dead. Hongi gets sad. He returns to his tribe while seizing his father's head. Tribe now, just Hongi, that lady, and her eldest daughter remain. Hongi, like his father, will now be the Sardar of his new generation. As his father, a good and a kind-hearted Sardar. With it, this movie ends here. Thank you for watching.